You deserve a beautiful life.
Hey everybody.
You deserve everything that's
I'm
good.
posting an update
And it's not just the
video
best
to
version
talk
of you
about
that
the
deserve.
fact that my
Every single part
Nigerian
of you that has been
husband,
involved in you
Samson
becoming who you
Adewale
are deserves
Adebisi, and
a
his
beautiful life.
Nigerian
Make your
mistress
mistakes.
have
But love
defrauded
yourself.
me and
Love
scammed
yourself.
from me over $50,000.
Peace.
Now, I have said this repeatedly, and I will keep saying this repeatedly. I worked for years on the road as an independent insurance adjuster for years, saving money for IVF, for my IVF journey that I've known that I've always was going to have to do. This man in 10 months has come along and taken that complete amount of 50 something thousand dollars that I had saved up for the IVF journey. I had found out that Samson Adewale Adebisi was having an affair with this particular Nigerian woman. And I asked him to leave the house. And upon him leaving the house, I had found out that he had been stealing from me already small amounts out of the $50,000. I guess at that point to impress her or to already have a plan in place for himself upon leaving with my money. And so I'd asked him to return at that point to get all of his things from my house once I realized that he was stealing from me. And at that point, upon him coming back to the home to retrieve the rest of his belongings, I was not present at that moment. I was in the parking lot of our complex on the phone discussing with my best friend the incident, what happened, and what was going on. At that moment, it's still, people have to understand, I was still in the midst of the marriage and the mindset, right? I did not understand that I had a household enemy around me the whole time. I did not know that this is what this man does. Is he's a part of a larger ring of Nigerian men that are in groups that sit around on WhatsApp and they discuss what to do and how to, plan to do this to American women, marry them or enter into relationships with them and then defraud them in some way of whatever they have that's tangible or some sort of asset so that, they can abscond or leave these women heartbroken, desperately in deep financial circumstances, and definitely was emotionally and psychologically abused. I want to be clear about this, that I am speaking out because most victims don't speak out. They're ashamed. They're humiliated about what happened to them. And that allows you to be further victimized, right? Because you're backed into a corner of shame by yourself because you feel like you don't want the world to know what these people do to you or what they've done to you. And then, you don't want the judgment. You don't want to hear the thousands of woulda, shouldas, couldas. Why didn't you do this? And so absolutely, we should protect ourselves as women. But when you're in a moment, in a situation of trust, this is your husband. This is somebody that's going with you to doctor's appointments, that is hearing your most private and intimate things. This is somebody that you're putting down on paperwork in positions of trust, that if something were to happen to you, this is the person that I want to make decisions for me, because you believe and you're being led to believe and you're being situated and positioned and psychologically given information to believe that you're in a real marriage with these individuals and this person. Samson Adewale Adebisi has repeatedly lied that he did not take and steal from me, and that is a lie. In my circle of trust was God, myself, and my husband. He is the only person that knew that I had the money, knew that where the key was to access my safe, where the money was, and he was the only person I had shared that information with. Because unfortunately, I trusted again that I was in a marriage, that I was in a lifelong commitment, that I was truly with someone who loved me the way that I loved him. I had told Samson I had the money in April when I was going to have surgery. at Memorial Hermann Hospital. If something happened to me, of course, I wanted my husband to be okay, right? I knew his circumstances here. I knew that he was here with undocumented, without papers, that he was, just here on a student visa, and that I knew that that I was the sole financial support, except for the fact that he was working illegally under someone else's documentation for home health agencies. So I but I never received any of those monies from that. He was funneling that money into a Bank of America and Chase account that I did not know about. So, and all of this is deeply painful. It's hurtful, but I am determined to let everyone know what this man did to me. And on top of that, Samson is washing or cleaning the money stolen from me through his Nigerian mistress. Her name is Zadiat, Zadiyat, Damiola, Damilola Cole. This woman has opened accounts for him and is funneling my money through it. They have been purchasing items and reselling the items on websites with the money taken from me. I, at this point, want justice. I want people to know what was done to me. I don't want this to happen to any other woman as well. So I want to reveal what they did to me. I want everyone to know what he did to me. I am unafraid. I am unashamed. And I'm here to tell you, I don't care if it takes me every single day to do a video. I'm going to get this out to as many people as possible to tell what they did to me. Samson Adewale Adebisi stole over $50,000 from me. The money I'd worked hard for to have a baby, a child of my own, for the dream of a child of my own. What happened to me in 10 months should not happen to anyone. You can leave, absolutely. A person has a right to decide that they don't want to continue on a journey with someone and end a marriage or just leave and go and be with another woman. That's absolutely fine. But you don't get to take and steal from me. You don't get to take from the hard work that I've done to position myself to have a child and abscond and leave with my money. I do not know where Samson Adewale Adebisi is. He has left, has stopped communicating with me. It wasn't until I jumped on a TikTok and on a live recently to tell my story, to tell what happened, that he came out of the woodworks, out of Ghostville, to defend himself, to say on a live of lies that he did not take my money, but he has not communicated with me. He disappeared. I don't have a phone number for him, nothing. So if you didn't take any money from me, if I'm your wife, why did you stop communicating with me? Why haven't I not seen you? Why haven't you come and said anything to me? These situations have got to stop. As American women, we have got to start telling our stories. We have got to start acknowledging what's happening to us and step out of the shame. We have got to start going to the police and reporting these incidents so that these scammers and these men who do this financial, psychological abuse to us can be held accountable for their actions.